Okay, hi everyone. I'm so sorry, but I've had to change the YouTube link. I'm going to resend it for those of you who want to join in. Hello, hello, welcome. I'm going live on Instagram and YouTube. We are going to be doing a recitation for cravings. Um, so we'll just wait for a few people to join in. I know Instagram, I can see people joining in. YouTube, I am not sure because I kind of changed the link last moment. Ah, perfect. Okay, Shada, you're on YouTube. All right, Shada, if you can just share this link on the groups if anyone wants to join in. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's begin. Ah, perfect. All right, people have joined. All right, great. So today's live is about cravings. The reason why we are doing this is because sometimes I feel that a lot of things we feel out of control about. So in the sense, um, we know something is not good for us, but we still kind of continue doing it. It could be as simple as craving for chocolates. Now there is nothing wrong with chocolates per se, but when it's out of our control, when we feel that we're not in control of it, when the craving comes, we're not able to resist it at all, then that becomes a bit of a handicap, right? um, so today I thought, what we could do is maybe do a quick recitation to understand why we would invite something like this in our space, and try and understand that if there is a fear, if there is a void. Now, at the beginning of it, all cravings come from a certain void that we are trying to fill. Okay, now I'll give you an example. So, you are a child and you do something good, and that something good is awarded by a chocolate by your mother. Okay, and there is appreciation, and you feel good about yourself, and it's a way of reward for you. Okay, which is great, which actually is a good, healthy association. Now, every time you are feeling a little low, or you feel the need for appreciation, or you want to be recognized, you will pick up that chocolate because it makes you feel like that. Even if it is a reward syndrome, every time you do something good, you will want a reward by having some sort of sweets. And that's how associations with subjects or with objects that you're consuming tend to become stronger and stronger. And as a result, it becomes something that is out of your control. Now, if you look at cravings like alcohol or smoking, generally alcohol cravings come from a space of you feeling powerless, you feeling helpless, you not being able to stand up for yourself. And for a lot of us, that craving of the alcohol helps us do that. It helps us stand up for ourselves. It helps us feel more in control, and so on and so forth. Continues your craving for alcohol. Someone's asked me shopping. Very valid, Bhuvana. So shopping means different things for different people. So I know because I myself have quite a shopping craving. So for a lot of people, shopping has a relationship with feeling good about yourself, your looks, your body. And it's a way of recognizing who you are. Now, if you have clothing and shopping and things that you buy for yourself equal to self worth, there are two things that will happen. Either every time you're feeling not worthy enough or not good enough, you will go shopping to compensate and start to feel a little better, or every time you want to increase the feeling of your worthiness, you want to feel better about yourself, even if you're not feeling down and out, you will use shopping as your channel to increase your self-worth. Okay, so that these are generally, again, I'm sharing what I found in a lot of case studies and things that I've done. But you have to, when it comes to cravings, the question to ask yourself is, what is that craving serving me, and what is it making me feel when I consume that, or when I do that particular thing, or when I watch a show? What does it make me feel? That is the feeling that somewhere we are chasing via that craving. And it could be unique to each one of us here, which is why it is helpful for us to identify it. So, what we are going to do today is I'm going to take you through a little bit of a guided imagery. Maybe before we start, in your space, hold one particular craving that you would like to work on today. Okay, take maybe 10 seconds to think of what craving, even if you don't reduce it, at least you're able to understand it, at least you're able to maybe take charge of it, and you don't always feel helpless with regards to it. Okay, it's not going to be like if you give in to that craving 10 on 10, now it will suddenly drop to 0 on 10. No, maybe 5 times out of 10 you're able to hold yourself and you're feeling okay. Maybe the craving itself reduces. Maybe the next time you do feel the need to prove your worthiness, you don't feel the need to shop, maybe something else comes up in your space. Yeah, so it's helpful to understand what the craving is doing for you. What does it make you feel? Yeah, so take a moment to identify that craving and then check. If you have been able to identify, you can give me a thumbs up so that I know. Okay, so we're going to do this together. If you're not able to identify, you can just look at cravings. See, cravings can doesn't always have to be a subject, an object. It can also be craving for appreciation. Yeah, craving for this feeling of um, recognition, craving for humor all the time. So it could be anything where you basically end up feeling helpless and it feels not in control. Okay, so we have thumbs up from people. Great, great. Okay, 1 second. Great. All right, so everyone's giving me a thumbs up. Let's start. So let's begin with closing our eyes. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in a lot of positivity, a lot of faith. And breathe out any helplessness, doubts, fears, worries. Breathe in and breathe out. And then return to normal breathing. And in this space, gently allow yourself to connect to your higher consciousness. Connect to that part of you which feels in charge. Also connect to radical consciousness. And now, with eyes closed, onto the screen in front of you, project that reason because of which you are not able to let go of your cravings. Even if cognitively you don't know the reason, just project that craving onto a screen in front of you. Give it a shape, size, color, or a texture. You can even give it a metaphor. Make sure when you are connecting to this craving, whether it is eating a lot, munching, shopping, drugs, doesn't matter what it is, appreciation, recognition, whatever that craving is, make sure that you take it out from all the parts of your body and project it onto the screen in front of you. Give it a shape, size, color, texture. For some of you, it could be an emotion that comes up. Maybe it's a younger you. Maybe it's an incident when it started. Doesn't matter. Just go with first thoughts, first feelings. And look at whatever has appeared on the screen. And please say to it, with soul's love, I transform and transcend you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend the reasons for you. The craving can also be a person, an addiction to a person, a certain behavior from that person. Even if it is a person that has appeared on the screen in front of you, you will say the same thing. Continue looking at the screen and now affirm, with soul's love, I transform and transcend my regrets related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my regrets related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my regrets related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilts related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilts related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my guilts related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my incompletions related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my incompletions related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my incompletions related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my judgments related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my judgments related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my judgments related to you. And now look at what is happening on the screen as you say this. Maybe the object, maybe the reason, maybe the craving has changed shape, size, form. Maybe it's reduced, maybe it's fading, maybe something else has come up, or maybe it has disappeared. Whatever is still related, or whatever is still remaining on the screen, please look at that. And now say, with soul's love, I transform and transcend my helplessness related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my helplessness related to you. With soul's love, I transform and transcend my helplessness related to you. I awaken being in charge of my cravings. I awaken the self reliant me. I awaken being in charge of my cravings. I awaken the self reliant me. I awaken being in charge of my cravings. I awaken the self reliant me. And now, in this space, think of that craving that you started off with and check how it's feeling now. Maybe for some of you, it feels a little less emotionally charged. Maybe for some of you, you feel a little more in charge. Check when you think of that craving now, what do you feel? And with whatever is remaining, it's okay. If it's not gone down to a zero, you may now open your eyes and come back to the here and now. Now, first, I would like to understand how did it feel? Did the intensity shift? Would anyone like to put it on the comment? What happened? Did an emotion, were you able to identify the reason for the craving? Okay, Priyanka, I already answered while in the closed eye session that yes, it can be a person. You can completely project the person also onto the screen and you will repeat the same statements with the person as well. Yeah. Um, yeah, sorry, Shada. I just realized I forgot to shut the windows. So that's why maybe. Okay, so now what we are going to do. If there is still some remaining question in your space, if you feel that I am feeling not in charge of my craving, or I still feel that it takes the better of me, even if it is the slightest charge, it's okay. You are now going to put down your name in the chat box along with the craving that you are wanting to work. I will take out one radically guided message. The question that we will ask is what can you do to work on whatever it is the craving that you would like to be addressed? Okay, so put your name and put the craving that you would like to address right now. I should be able to take about 8-10 readings. I'm doing it online, so it could be a little slow, but you can start putting your names. Whoever wants to go first. Is everyone feeling settled? Huh? Okay, Swati. Yes, Swati, what is the craving that you would like to work on? Bhuvna, junk food. Okay, coming to you, Bhuvna, next. Swati, craving for attention. Okay, so what can Swati do to work on her craving for attention? Right detachment chakra, Swati. It is certainly possible to move ahead with detachment. You are guided to put your best foot forward today with due detachment. When you're aware that every experience is transient in nature and this too shall pass, you do not have to curtail yourself with indifference as your defense mechanism. As you rise in your consciousness, you will be able to relate to people, possibilities, and places with awareness, eternal freedom, and knowledge of the brilliance in all that is. Okay, so you want to, the statement for you is I awaken detachment from attention, I awaken the detached me. Okay, see if you would like to work with that. Okay, we have next is Bhuvna. Okay, so Bhuvna, junk food craving, right? Let's begin with that. Hmm. Okay, so what is coming up for you? Mm. Right, opening up with the core strength chakra. So, somewhere the junk food is making you feel a little strong or tapping into your inner strength. If you start to do that on a daily basis on your own, the need for junk food will reduce. You can very well open up to possibilities if you start focusing on your core strength instead of focusing on your weaknesses and shortcomings. Strengths and weaknesses are a matter of your perception based on your judgment about yourself. What you perceive as your weakness could be perceived by others as your strength. You are capable of opening up to situations, experience, or personalities by putting your best foot forward through your inner strength. So, the statement for you is I awaken moving forward with focus on my inner strength, and I awaken the courageous me. Okay? All right. Chandrakala drinking tea. Okay, let's check. So, what can Chandrakala do for her addiction to drinking tea? I think caffeine is anyway addictive in nature on its own as well. Okay, I'm coming to you, Anshu, in a bit. Okay. Um, okay. So, Chandrakala says perhaps your answer is not here. Hmm. Okay, Chandrakala, can you start with affirming? I transform and transcend my resistance to let go of this craving. Okay, and ask me in a bit again. We will check. Okay. All right. Anshu, I worked with my cravings of junk food. No metaphor came, just food was appearing in front of me. And during the meditation, I was getting the craving for junk food, but then I burned it and felt better. Okay, interesting. So let's check what comes up for you. So, what can Anshu do to work on her junk food craving? Diplomacy chakra. Interesting. And through being diplomatic in your communication can easily resolve your current set of challenges. Diplomacy is not avoidance of quality communication. In fact, being diplomatic involves expressing in a manner where people accept and implement as per your need and given instructions without feeling hurt, offended, bored, irritable, or defensive towards you or your position. That's very interesting. So, somewhere, if you start to communicate and express in a diplomatic manner, but you still express, your craving for junk food will reduce. Yeah, so awaken diplomatic expression for yourself. Okay, all right. Deepa, craving for food when feeling unloved. Okay, craving for food. Just check. Deepa. What can Deepa do to work on her craving for food? Vulnerability Acknowledgement Chakra, Deepa. You are guided to acknowledge your vulnerability rather than masking, hiding, or defending. Vulnerability, when acknowledged and positioned well, can be your asset and advantage. However, an attempt to mask, hide, or defend can complicate matters as you often misguide others and their approach towards you and your vulnerability. They may not be able to see your vulnerability and instead react to the false pretenses you put up. If you're masking your sensitivity and pretending to be indifferent, you will also invite people to hit you hard to become more sensitive to them. And this is a vicious cycle which can bring a great damage to you. So, since you already identified, Deepa, that your association is unloved and food, now what is helpful is, or what the further clue that you're getting is, that somewhere you mask this feeling. You pretend. Instead of acknowledging that I am vulnerable, I do want love. It's okay to feel unloved sometimes. The more you mask it, the more you will keep going towards food to fill up this void. Okay, understanding? So break that association of unloved with, so for that you can, with soul's love, I transform and transcend my association of feeling unloved with food, and I awaken strength in my vulnerability. Okay, and it is okay to acknowledge my vulnerability. Work with these two and see how it feels for you. Yeah. Okay. All right. We have Anjana. I'm feeling settled, but I want to work on eating sweets. Okay, so eating sweets. Let's check. Hang on, Anjana. It's still loading. Mm. Moving forward with flexibility. So the chakra that's come up is the knees chakra. So somewhere there is a rigidity that comes in when it comes to maybe taking some decisions or moving forward. And if you begin to be more open to viewpoints, to other people, to what they are saying, and move forward knowing that there is more than one possibility, there could be a shift in your craving for sweets. Okay, so work with Soul's Love. I transform and transcend my rigidity or my rigid beliefs or my rigid approaches, whichever one you resonate with more, and break this association of rigidity with sweets. Yeah, does that help? Okay, I'm going to take up last two, please. Procrastinating about the future, Archana. Okay, so that's become like an addiction. Interesting. Okay, one second. I'm going to just try this again. Axis chakra, Arjuna. So the chakra that's come up is a reminder to align to your axis. So when you focus on your axis and what the higher consciousness wants you to do, you will be surprised how much inspiration follows you. And as a result, the procrastination stops. Procrastination generally happens when you are looking for external motivation to do things. But when you focus on your inner inspiration and the inner axis, you will find a lot of ease coming into your space. So awaken alignment to your axis, okay, and see how that feels for you. Okay, Sharda, munching. Okay, let's check for munching. Okay, so what can Sharda do to work on her munching? Left governance chakra. So govern your contribution like a master in your setup. So irrespective of what position you feel you have, if you feel that you do not have a say in how you're contributing, what you're doing, you might be asked to contribute as per others' expectations, and that often makes you feel helpless. And maybe you resort to your munching in that case as well, because anger ultimately is a symptom. Yeah. So put out an intent that I choose what I want to give, how I want to give, when and where I want to give or contribute. Okay. So work on transforming and transcending all your associations with contribution and giving. When you do that, you will begin to find that you are able to be in charge of how you're contributing. When you do that, you will find a shift in your munching. Okay. All right. Last one I'm taking up. Okay, have faith. This is not related to cravings. The question, maybe you can ask me separately over an email and we can do a reading session for that. Okay. Sagari for sweets. Okay. So let's check. What can you do to work on your craving on sweets? Okay. Left heart free intimacy chakra. Sagri recognize and resolve the constant emotional hurt coming in the way of persistence in the intimate and close bonding in your relationships. So, somewhere there is an association of intimate relationships, and intimate relationship doesn't always mean the opposite sex. Any relationship which is close, you may have an association of intimacy with hurt due to your past experiences, which is why somewhere you may be keeping things away. You could be keeping relationships away, you could be building up walls, and what is substituting that is the craving for sweets. Okay, so firstly, transform and transcend your association of hearts with sweets and awaken healthy, intimate relationships. Okay, these two things should help. All right. Yes, Chandrakala, we will try it one more time for you now for the craving with tea. Yes, we have an answer. Right, cherish chakra. So, Chandrakala, rise beyond the fear of rejection. Resolve the effect of past rejections adversely affecting you. When you get in touch with your own uniqueness, you begin to cherish who you are. You will also invite being cherished by other people. Give yourself what you are seeking from others. Otherwise, if you wall up by not giving a chance to love, or being compensating by trying to be overtly popular, charismatic, magnetic, that is also filling up a void. Instead, start with cherishing yourself, have faith in your uniqueness, and invite others to cherish you. So, again, transform and transcend your fear of being rejected with the T. Okay, firstly, and awaken the cherished you. All right. I hope that helps. I think I have answered all questions and all readings. If you have any further things that you want to ask, of course, please feel free to email or put it on the comments. I will address them. Yeah, if you want to email me, you can reach me at reach.rumi@gmail.com. Yeah, REACH dot Rumi, RUHME at gmail.com. Yeah. My next sessions of readings and live will be from 15th of December. I will be posting that on the Instagram page by tomorrow or day after. I hope you all can join me. We will be doing a quick series on letting go of our baggages and burdens from 2022 so that we can awaken a healthy, functional, prosperous, and joyous 2023. Yes, so I hope to see all of you. On that note, thank you all so much for joining. If there are any unanswered questions, please feel free to let me know. And if something else comes up in your space, you can put that up as well. Yeah. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.